everybody. I have a package. This is from AliExpress. And it's got like 3 things in it. Because I did one of their deals where you can get 3 items that start at $1.99. So like each item would be $1.99 kind of a deal. Not like my first offer where, you know, it was 3 items for a grand total of 99 cents. Everything was 33 cents at that point. That was my introductory offer. Oh, I was just looking at this on Temu. This is another diamond painting kit. I was literally just looking at this one. I looked at it on Temu, and I also saw it on Walmart.com. Don't buy your diamond paintings from Walmart.com unless it's the absolute only place you can find it, because they are expensive. They wanted like 10 something for this one. It's a really pretty peacock. I just did a couple bookmarks with peacocks, and they were gorgeous. So I hope this turns out just as pretty. I had forgotten I had ordered it. But yeah, they wanted 10 something for this. I got it for $1.99 off AliExpress. Temu is like $3 or $4, I think. But the only reason I got it for $1.99 is because it was their offer. But every so often they run it. It's like at least once a week, sometimes a couple times during the week, where you get to pick 3 items at $1.99. That said, one of these items was not $1.99. What is this? Oh, make that 2 of these items were not $1.99. I don't remember how much this was, but it's a little kind of like a fake switch. Oh, it goes this way, I guess. It's really hard to see, but there is writing on here. This one says sound. This one, SP, reset. And then, of course, the buttons all have their little things on them. Is this the power button? Oh, it needs batteries. Takes 3 AAA batteries. But it's supposed to be preloaded with a whole bunch of games. I want to say this was only like $3 or $4. It wasn't expensive. I would have to look it up, but I'm not. It's not that big a deal. It's got a little user manual in here. I think he'll love it. He loves all the knockoff things. If it has anything to do with gaming, he likes it. So this was $3.99, and I thought I was getting a great deal until my friend Nikki said she had ordered one off Temu and thought she was getting the same thing we've been using at work that one of the other girls had purchased. And I was going by the image and didn't realize it was only this little tiny one. I thought I was ordering, this is probably about 1/3 of the size of the one we use at work. Yeah, it's at least maybe 1.5 more, roughly 1/3 of the size. But it's a light board, and I gotta plug it in. USB, I don't know if I got enough juice to do this and run my camera. Okay, I have to unplug this one. Because if I unplug the other one, I'm unplugging the camera, and we don't want to do that. What we use it for is we use it with our diamond painting stuff. And I think actually I may have gotten mine a little less expensive than Nikki got hers, but I'm not sure exactly how much she said she paid for it. So it's just a little light board. The one that we use at work has 3 levels of light. This just has the one. Oh, no, 2. Oh, I guess I have all 3 levels then. Awesome! Well, it only showed me 1 level the first time I poked it. Get this plastic junk off of here. Okay. That's better. But yeah, it's just a little light board. You can use it, like if you wanted to trace patterns. We use it, we put the canvas over it, and the light comes up through so we can see the letters and numbers easier, so we can place our drills. Some of the ones I've done have had a lot of like really dark areas, like big black patches, but there'll be 3 or 4 different things in there, and this really does help. But you put it just on the lowest setting, gives you enough light to go through and be able to see. This is probably about what the low setting is on the other one. Hey, we got enough light now you can see what's going on in here. Wow, I look tired. Does that help? My eyes look so baggy right now. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's what this is. I'll take it into work with me tonight. Put it in my little box of goodies that I use when I sit and work on diamond paintings while my client's asleep. I got all my stuff out. He was still up, and he had about 1 million questions about what I was doing and what the different tools were. And I said, "You want to try?" And he's like, "No." He might like it if he tried it. I don't do arts and crafts. Okay, well, whatever. You don't have to. And he ended up going to bed shortly after that. Please be in English. Okay, this is in English, but it's microscopic, so I still can't read it. Painting, screen, teaching, practice, graffiti, CT, film, copy table, LED light pad. Independent research and development of more intimate humanized art teaching system. Three-block dimmer. The promise that move light. Okay. Anyway, it comes with the USB, so you can plug it in and actually use it. It's not like rechargeable or anything. It has to be plugged in when you use it. So that's my 3 things. I think I spent a grand total of like $11 on this order. The diamond painting was like $2, and between these 2 things, this was $4. So this was probably about $5 for the game, which is fine because, hey, that's another Christmas present knocked off the list. I don't have to fool with. He's easy to buy for. If it says video game anywhere near it, it's good. Anyway, I do have some of the diamond paintings that I've completed that I think I might be doing another video here soon showing those. I should have a Temu haul coming. It said expected delivery date the 7th, which would be tomorrow. So we might have another Temu haul here shortly. And then Snack Crate, I had to look it up because I was starting to get worried. They're about due to renew and I haven't received it yet. And when I looked it up yesterday, it said it had arrived in Florida at Customs. So now I have to wait for Customs to release it before they can ship it out. So it's on the way. It's just, for some reason there was a delay, and they said that we would get an extra treat in the box because of the delay. But that's fine. I like treats. Give me more treats. But yeah, it should be the China box coming, and then the one that they're about to renew for should be Thailand, I think it said. So we got more snacks coming. And then Japan Crate, we'll be getting it again sometime toward the end of the month. End of August, 1st of September. Hopefully another Snack Crate. I hope they aren't continuously late, because that would kind of be not so great, you know. And there's a couple little Temu things which are likely to be put together in the same package. They had a deal, and I wasn't going to order anything. I told myself, no, don't order anything. Because I ordered a pair of jeans and a couple enamel pens, and I thought, that's enough. I gotta wait until I get my property taxes paid, which is due this week, before I can do any more shopping. Then they gave me this offer. And the offer was buy 3 items off of the selected list and get $50 worth of coupons. Great. And all the coupons are $10 off 100. Well, fine, you know. If they expire, I can get them back. I can say, could you please reissue coupon number whatever, as long as it's within 30 days. So I picked out 3 items, and it came to like $7. And my threshold is normally $15, but I clicked the thing and it said, you know, submit or whatever to purchase, and I didn't realize what it did was buy those 3 items, and then it also put them in my cart. And I thought, well, I guess that means I have to have my $15, right? So I picked a couple more things to put with it and ended up buying the same stuff twice. But it's okay because it's like scrapbooking type stuff, art and craft materials. And I want to start doing like the junk journals and that kind of thing. So get back into the scrapbooking thing a little bit. So I've got some ideas on what to use it for, and I picked specifically for those projects. So I figure I'm going to end up buying it again later anyway, so I might as well just go with it. Then they turned around and gave me another offer of the same thing, and this time I got by with like $5. And I knew, don't go back and buy it again. I just didn't realize. But that's on me, because I wasn't paying attention. And it's not worth, you know, getting upset about, because it's stuff I would be buying again anyway. But hopefully one of those orders has the replacement lid for my other of the Stanley cup dupe things. I didn't even know that the Stanley cup was a thing when I ordered them. But now it's all I hear. Stanley dupe, Stanley dupe. And I'm like, okay. And everyone's like, oh, you got a really cool Stanley. I'm like, it's just a cup I found on Temu I thought was cool. But, this was like originally $17, I think, when I ordered it. But I've had enough price adjustments. It's down to like $13 or $14 now. I love getting the price adjustments, because some of the things just keep getting lower and lower. Like, there's something I bought for, I think it was one of the rings I bought. I think I paid like $1.50 originally. It's now down to like 37 cents. Because every time I turn around, there's another price adjustment. I'm like, okay, give me more money back. I'll take it. So that, like, bigger order, the one where I duplicated my order, I got it up to like $16, but I had some credit, which took it back down to $11. So it's only a couple dollars more than what I spent originally. So I figure in the long run it all evens out. Would y'all be interested in a video where I highlight some of my favorite things I've gotten so far from Temu? I could break it down into categories like, these clothing and shoe items I really, really liked. These household items I really, really liked. These jewelry items I really liked. That kind of thing. And the other thought I had was like a stocking stuffer idea guide thing, where I can show off some of the things I got and things that I didn't personally get because it wouldn't apply to my family, but would be great ideas for stocking stuffers. I mean, it's August. It's time to start thinking holiday shopping. So I know not everybody does stockings, but it's nice to have little gifts, just small things. Or if you like build your own advent calendar, which at some point I'm hoping to buy the advent calendar set so I can create my own advent calendar. It's got all the pre-decorated boxes, so all I got to do is find things to put in them. I've been wanting to do that for a couple years now. I just haven't had the time to put it all together. I either don't have the time or don't have the money, or both. So, now I'm doing okay. I can buy my stuff, and I thought that might be kind of a fun thing to do. And I think, Neko Fluttershy will enjoy it. Because I've got several little things for him already, like pins and stuff. So he would enjoy getting to open something new every day. And that might be a fun thing to do. Maybe do a video of putting it together. I don't know. I've got some ideas anyway. Let me know if it's something you would be interested in seeing. I mean, if nobody's going to watch it, then there's really no point in recording it. But if it's something at least somebody's interested in, I'm here to share and make content and hopefully get people excited. I think we're at 91 subscribers now, something like that. So we'll probably make 100 here, not too terribly long in the future. So right now that's about it. Oh, I did get, and I didn't open it on camera, and I probably should have. This was another, oops. I had ordered this book. This is like book 29 in the series, I think. Something like that. I had ordered this book from Barnes Noble. But it was so long ago, I had forgotten that I ordered it. Because it was a pre-order. And it was a really good deal at the time. And I ended up getting the Barnes Noble exclusive, which is signed by the author. And also has some extra stuff in the story, like deleted scenes, and there's a whole thing about the Greek myth of Persephone, and I mean, just a lot of different things. There's an extra recipe Well, having forgotten about this, I ordered it from Amazon. So I have 2 copies of the book. I was going to send back the one to Amazon, but to do that, to get free shipping to send it back, I have to go to a UPS store. The closest one is over an hour away. I'm not going to save anything if I have to drive that far to do it. To be able to just print off a label and drop it off in the UPS bin, which is by the courthouse, which I go by there a couple times a week. It wouldn't be any problem to drop it off. It's going to be $6.99. Or I can package it and have UPS pick it up for $7.99. Well, then I'm not getting anything back. It's like the whole idea is I get my money back. But if you're going to take $7 or $8 off the top, I'm only going to get a little bit, and I'm just like, no. So I think I might take it back to Walmart, because nobody else in my family reads those books. But I could take it back to Walmart and they can put it on my gift card, and I'll end up spending the money there anyway. Lord knows I spend plenty at Walmart. It's the only place we've got to shop here. We have a little mom and pop grocery whose prices are much, much higher, but sometimes they have things you can't get elsewhere. And then we have Walmart. And I live in an area where local is 20 minutes away. It takes about 15 minutes to get to the mom and pop grocery and another 5 to get to Walmart. Now, I can get to a couple different Kroger stores, but they're both like 45 minutes away. So you're not saving anything because you're spending it all in gas to get there. So, yeah, it's kind of... Small towns are nice, but... in this area, there's not a whole lot of options for shopping. That's why, it's exciting to do, like, the Temu hauls and things, because I'm finding neat stuff that I'm not going to find here. And, one of the girls I work with was telling me that she went into this little shop in town, a little, small business, and they had the exact same diamond painting kits that she had just ordered on Temu, but they were charging like $20 or $30 a piece, where we're getting them for like $3 or $4. And as much as I like to support small businesses, if they're going to jack the prices that much, I can't afford it. And I like to support small business. That's why I'm like my friend who has the record store in Dayton. Even though I can't get there to shop, I bought one of his t-shirts so I can promote it and say, hey, if you're ever in Dayton, check this place out, So I can try to support something that way. But when they're charging you, 5 to 10 times as much for one thing, it's sorry, I'm sending my money to China, unfortunately. But thing is, that money's already going to China because they're buying the stuff from there and then selling it, marking it up and selling it. So, it is what it is. They're making a huge profit off of stuff. Well, theoretically a huge profit. I know they have overhead. They had to pay the rent and the utilities, blah, 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 the workers. So they have to mark stuff up, but that's an awful big markup. You know? If you're buying a $3 diamond painting kit on Temu and then turning around and selling it for $30, that's a 10 times. I can buy 10 of them for what you're charging me for one. And they're not completed ones. If they were completed ones, yeah, $30, that's fair. You put a lot of time in those. One this size will take me about 30 hours. So, you know, if they're completed ones, yeah, they're absolutely worth the $30 or more. But if it's just the kit, no. No. Because I'm still going to put my own time and effort into putting it together. Anyway, if it's a small business and it's unique items and not something that I can buy for $3 online, then, you know, that's different. There's a big difference. If, you know, say you do, I don't know, handcrafted something, like, okay, you make pottery. Yeah, I'm going to spend the extra for that because it's a handmade, unique, one-of-a-kind thing. And you're a small business, and I love supporting a small business, and I like getting something neat, something that I can't get anywhere else. And I know what these kinds of things are worth because I've done art. So I know it takes a lot of time and effort to get it to where it's ready to sell. Oh geez, quilting. If you sold quilted things, hand-done quilted things, oh man, I put together a quilt top. I haven't finished the actual quilt yet, but I put together a quilt top. It's a queen size quilt, and it's the postage stamp design. So it has over 10,000 hand-stitched pieces in it. Because they take 1.5 inch squares, and by the time you sew them together, they're 1 inch squares in the design. Took a couple years to hand sew all that. Now I've got arthritis in my hands to the point where I can't hold a needle hardly at all. But when I was able to do it, it took a long time. And that would be worth every penny of $1,000, you know? Because not only is it your supplies, it's your time, and it's the fact that it's all hand sewn. People aren't putting that kind of effort into stuff very often. That's why when you do find something like a hand-stitched quilt, they do run $1,000, you know? But when you figure how much time it took. And, I mean, yeah, I use mostly scraps, so there's a lot of squares that's the only piece you'll ever see of it, because that's all we had of it. But then there's also some that you see the same fabric all over it, because we had a lot of it left over. But that really doesn't matter. It's the fact that, you know, it took the time to cut out all those squares, and it took time to, you know, figure out the block you're doing. Because I got to where I was doing them in like 10 by 10 blocks, so 100 pieces at a time. And then I'd get a whole stack of those, and then I started messing with how I wanted to put them together. And by the time it was said and done, I had over 10,000 squares in that quilt top. And I got bored just sewing pieces together. I started, you know, designing blocks. Like, okay, here's my graph paper, and I know it's going to be this size, so what am I going to do? And I had some that were hearts, and I did like flowers, and yeah, it was fun creating. And it took hours upon hours of just sitting there and sewing. Luckily, I could like watch TV or something while I was doing it. And every bit of it is hand sewn. So that's kind of a thing. Now, since my hands won't let me do it, I need to find somebody who will hand quilt it. Of course, I need to find all the parts. They're kind of scattered all over the house now, I think. So I've got the quilt top, I've got recycled batting, which they did was they took like pop bottles, the plastic pop bottles, and recycled it into quilt batting. And I thought, well, that's really cool. So I got that, and I've got, my sheet or the backing piece, and I've got the binding and everything. I just need somebody to quilt the thing for me. And I know that's going to cost a small fortune because it takes a lot of time. And it takes some skill. And I know how to do it, my hands aren't going to let me do it. Anyway, I've gotten way off on a tangent here. The idea was I was going to say, remember to do all the YouTube things, comment, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell icon to be notified of future uploads should the YouTube gods deem it worthy, and then say goodbye. But I went off on a tangent about quilting. Who knew? You never know on this channel. I just rattle on. But okay, I'm going to let you go. I'm exhausted. And I got to be at work again at midnight. So I'm going to get off of here and go to bed. And we'll see you in the next one. Not sure if it's going to be Temu or Snack Crate or what. But something's coming. I'll have a couple things coming up this week, I'm sure. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.